This is Stephanie Washer, and we're going to go over Word Module 2.5, creating a Works Cited. We're going to try and get through the Works Cited page, proofing and revising, and then working with comments. It's section 5, 6, and 7 in Module 2. And so let's get into it. Creating a Works Cited page for MLA format, it's references in APA format. It all works really very similarly. It's great. It's a bibliography, so it's a list of all the references you use in your paper. And we have quite a few. I think we have 3 Works Cited so far. So let's get into it. And we are going to go and we're going to insert a page break. So I like to do Control Enter to insert a page break, but you can go in and under Insert. And so on the Insert, there's a page break button. Under General. So under Pages, you can insert page break. So we can do that. I like Control Enter. I've used it so much that I'm just used to it anymore. And then we're going to apply a style. So we're going to go back to Home. So we're on the Home tab. Make sure we're on Home, not Insert. And we're at the top of the page. And we're going to go into, right now we're in Normal. So we're going to make sure we're in Normal. Yep, we're in Normal. And so since we're in Normal, we're going to stay that way. And I think we're going to type in Works Cited. We want to center this text though, so we're going to go Center. And we're going to type in Works Cited. Works Cited. So Control Enter. We've got Works Cited. And then we centered it. Control E. And then we're going to hit Enter. And now we are going to go to our references. We're going to go to our bibliography. And we've got our 3 different ways that we're going to do it. So we've got this one called bibliography. This one's references. So this one's more APA. This one is the MLA format, I believe. But we can insert bibliography here. So we can do the built-in. I'm not going to do the built-in. We are going to go down here to insert bibliography. And then it'll automatically insert everything that we have. And they're automatically in alphabetical order in the exact format that we want them to be. Okay? It's pretty great. I mean, not having to do all of that stuff. And then I'm going to go back here to Home, get rid of those paragraph styles so that it looks better, right? And so you can see that. So we've got our reference list. That's what we just did. We have all of it. This one stands for no date, the ND. And then it's the second line indent. And that's exactly how it's supposed to work. So this is our hanging indent. So we can set the hanging indent up. We can, do whatever we want. So we want to make sure, if I scroll up, we can make sure that our hanging indent is a 1/2 inch. And then we go into our proofreading. So we can go to proofreading and revising. So now we're into 2.6. So that was easy since we have already set up our Works Cited and everything like that. We really don't have to do much. So that's it. And then we'll go into the proofreading. So when I go through, and you want to proofread everything because honestly, it does not. And I've done this myself where I go through things really quickly and then I see that I've spelled my name wrong or I've done silly things. So you want to go through and you want to look and make sure that you have everything is correct on there, that your page numbers are correct, all of that. And so we want to make sure that we can go through. And then we're going to talk about managing sources. But really, we've got some issues here as well. But we're going to go to managing sources first. And so we're going to go to references. And then we're going to go, there's a managing sources button. And you can see it right here. And you can see all your different sources. So now we can go through and look, and we want to, if we want to edit or delete different things. So this is our course, our list here. And then we have a master list. And it might differ, obviously in between the two. If we want to edit, so we can edit whichever ones we want to edit. If we wanted to go through the current list and go through them, we can see them. We can make changes. So let's go to this one. Do we want... Let's go to this one and we're going to go edit. And we want to make it the periodical text, technology aches and pains. And monthly medical, oh, it's not and review, it's just review. There we go, click OK. You know when, yes, we're gonna update both. So you wanna make sure you update both. Click OK, and we're gonna update them all. You can have your master list and your current list could be different, it doesn't matter. To update a bibliography field, so let's close this. So we're gonna go down to our bibliography. And we can right click anywhere in the bibliography text. It highlights them all and we can go update field. And then now it automatically updated. So now it says monthly medical review instead of monthly medical and review. So it changed. So that's kind of nice. So when you make a change, this is a big deal. When you make a change to your references and you manage your sources, you have to right click on your Works Cited and update them. So you do have to update them there. And then if we want to open the navigation pane, you know, I told you this is where I do a lot. So view when you have a really big document. I'm going to show navigation pane. So we can show our headings, we can show our pages, we can show our results. Now, if we had things set up where the Works Cited was a heading, it would show all my different headings. So that's where the headings come in handy, where you set them. And so we'll just be in pages and we can go to our different pages. And you can actually move this and make it thinner so that it doesn't take up too much of the page. And we can just close it if you wish. But if we want to go to that page, so this is where it's really nice, where you can like scroll back and forth between the pages very quickly. And so we can change to navigation, we can move, we can resize, we can close it. And then we've got the thumbnails of our different pages. We can insert a citation using an existing source. I'm going to close the navigation page and we're going to do insert a citation using an existing source. We are going to go to between a mouse and a keyboard right here. So we're going to be on the first page between a mouse and a keyboard. That's the insertion point. And then we're going to go up to references, insert citation, and we want to use, which one are we going to choose? We're going to do Clark and Nadir. There we go. It automatically added in a space and then added it in there for us. It's great. So you can go in and you can add in different citations on the fly. Move a citation. Maybe we want this one moved. So here's the citation to be moved. We can highlight it. And we just want it to be down here. So we're going to click and drag it actually. Let's see how well it did. It took my period though too. So you have to make sure, yep, see it took the period. I highlighted too much. So you gotta kind of double check that and then make sure that some of these things look good after the fact, right? So I just moved it. You can cut and paste if you really want to, sometimes that. So I remove that extra space. That's where if you go to the paragraph style, and look at your paragraph formatting, you can see if there's 2 dots in a row, then you can take those out, but it all looks good now. All right, so now on to finding text. I love Control F. I love to do find and then in your navigation, so it'll show up the navigation page. And if I want to look for, what are we looking for? If we want to find, oh, you know, I use mine to find different terms. So if I want to find Clark and Nadir, I can look and see all of my different citings for it. And I see that on page 1 and page 3 are references to it. So what you can do is you can go, so we can do, I do Control F, but you can also do home and then under, you gotta make it bigger. So you do home and under editing is find and then there's replace. So you can click on find and then it gives you all of that too. I just do Control F. I don't ever, you can tell I don't really know where it's at. So you can do Control F with that. And then there's ups or downs. So then I can scroll through and go to all the different areas. So it highlights it all in yellow. And their example was not Clark, it was auditory. And if there's a word that you misspell a lot, you can find, so like people tend to misspell my name a lot. So you can look for all instances of washer, or we could do without the C and see if I misspelled it myself. And you can do find and replace too with that. And you can do find and replace. Okay, so now they want you to do find and replace. So under editing, I think it's the editing, yeah. Here's replace. So we can, instead of saying we want to find auditory and we want to replace it with listening. So we can find what? We're going to find auditory, and then we're going to replace it with listening. And so you always want to make sure you're at the top of the page. I did not double check that. But we're going to hit replace all anyway. So we know there's 2, after doing the find, we know there's 2 instances of auditory. And look, it made 2 replacements of, so with these listening devices, so instead of auditory, it changed it to listening. It's really nice. Find and replace is really nice, especially, you know, when you make some mistakes. Using the thesaurus, I've used this a lot too. So like, let's just go to listening device and I right click on it and then I go to synonyms and I've got all of my different synonyms here. So especially, this is, you know, especially good when I kind of am using the same word over and over and over again. I'm going to get out of navigation. And so when you right click, you go to synonyms and then there's the thesaurus. That'll pop up with all of the different items that you can use. So I like the shortcut menu for synonyms, but I also like the long way around too. The other thing I do with, I don't know, sometimes my brain just doesn't want to, not that it doesn't want to work, but I just can't get certain words to come up. And I can go in and I can go to ChatGPT or to Copilot and find synonyms. And I like to use that for finding synonyms. See, I can't even talk right now. I'm surprised I'm actually functioning. And so I just say synonym for listening devices. And then instead of just listening, I got 2 of them. So it gives me 2 different ones. Sometimes I'll say earbuds, synonym for earbuds. And so you can have that. I don't know. So you can kind of use ChatGPT to help you with that as well. Because sometimes you just get stuck on one word and then it just gets annoying. So I like the thesaurus. I use it a lot, especially when I'm repeating words and I'm like, oh, why did I use that word? So I do use that a lot. If you want to do a spell check of your whole document, you can do Control Home to get you all the way back up to the top. And then you're going to want to go to review, and then you'll do the spelling and grammar check. And then on the side, it will come up with all of this. So you've got all of this info. It's going to say, you probably should change it to this. And then it gives you an editor score. We've got some problems here. We've got our hearing. We want to change that to hearing. So, and we can look for and also, but we just want to do concise. Let me see, Grammarly. I'm going to get rid of the editor. And Grammarly, I think I'm logged out of Grammarly possibly. No, I'm in. So Grammarly will do more. And so it doesn't like the reduce, and it'll say reduce the chances. And then for noise canceling, it does the, I had 2 L's in noise canceling. So I feel like it does a better job. It's more, I don't know, for me, it's more precise. So that's an example of Grammarly. If you can get the free version, then I would go for that. And you can add it in there. And it goes through each one of these. So, and if you do the review, spelling and grammar, we've got corrections. We got all of the spelling corrections, and we're just going to go through. Now our editor score is 100%. So you can see that it's set up to be 100%. So you keep going through, and you arrow back and forth between, so you can see the arrow here, you arrow back and forth between all of the issues. So I can undo some of these. And so really, conciseness, we do and grammar, change it here. Spelling, we've got hearing loss, change it. And then we've got an editor score of 95%, now it's 100%. So that's just kind of going through the spelling and grammar check. I prefer, like I said, I prefer Grammarly. The main and custom dictionaries, so there's different custom dictionaries that you can do in there as well. Again, I just use Grammarly for all of that. If I want to save it, I'm just do Control Save or click Save. If I want to print, we do File Print. And you can see I've got my printer set up. This is where I'm on page 2, but I can print. Maybe I just want to print 1 page. Maybe I just want to print 1 to 2, and it'll give you a print preview after you type things in. So you've got, you know, if we want to do a custom print, we can do that. We can do the printer, the Brother printer, so we can change all of that info. We can, like I said, print and save your draft versions. So let's do this. To recover unsaved draft versions, so if we accidentally click out without saving, we can go back in. I'm going to do File New real quick from here, or get my test research paper back. I'm going to close this. And so we can start Word and do create blank document. Oof. It grabbed the wrong thing. And we can open the Backstage view. So in order to do that, we have to go to File, and we can open that Backstage view, which I don't really do that very much. So File, Open, and we got the open screen displayed, and we have all of this info that we can look at. And we scroll to the bottom of the recent documents, and we've got more documents. But you might have, see, since I have it automatically saved, it doesn't happen, but you can have recover unsaved documents. So here's the recover unsaved documents area. And you can see we've got some of them that are there. Let's see. Oh, here's my capstone that I might, yeah, I don't have the permissions set on it. So let's see. So sometimes it works well. So this is a good example of sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And obviously I don't use it very much. Let's see what this week of is. Oh yeah, that one. I did that one the other day, and I did it on purpose. And so I didn't want to use it, so I just closed it. And we can delete all of those unsaved documents, but I'm not going to do that right now. So we've got Start Word, create a blank document, and we're going to go File. All the way to the bottom, more documents. And then we can manage all of our documents here. And you can actually delete this right here. We can right click on it and delete it. I'm going to get rid of the one that I can't. It won't let me do it, so that's okay. Probably because it's already open. That's probably what it is. And then we can delete this one. And then it's, so you can just right click and delete. And you can delete all of your unsaved. If we want to look up info, if we want to look up select words, let's close out of here. We're back in our, and so we can go to references and then search. And we can find, but the other thing that we can search is, I'm sorry, we go to references, then search. And now we can find different things that way too. So that's a different type of search. I always go to find, but here you can see everything working out here. We're going to type in different things like, we want to look up headphones or earbuds, and we can search it. And it'll give us files, it'll give us websites, so you can see, you know, all of the different options, pictures. It's kind of nice. It gives you all sorts of different things, so you can look up all of that stuff. And then to use the researcher, which is this other one here, so we can use the researcher portion, and we can type in, oh, let's type in carpal tunnel. So we can type that in. It'll give us all the relevant topics. It'll give us sources, and we can use all of that different information. So it is kind of nice. And as AI keeps growing, we've got books and journals and websites we can use. And as the AI gets better, we'll see more and more of this, and it'll get better. So we can zoom multiple pages. I'm going to close out a researcher and the search. And we can, you know, we can show multiple pages on a screen. That was the view that I had. View. We can do multiple pages. We've got, if we zoom out, we can see all 3 pages on one screen. I'm just going to do 100%. And then we can change the read mode color. We can, you know, really, if we go to view, that's up here, and we can do, well, let me make it bigger here. Mine's not on my ribbon. I might have taken it off, but we can view, and then our read mode, we can actually change how it looks. Comments, share. I'm not gonna worry about that. And actually, we'll just do read mode. So if we want to change what the color looks like, we can. I don't ever do this. You can always change. If we go to file, maybe that'll help us. Nope. Let's see what we got for more commands. We've got proofing, we've got save. You can change the different colors, page color, edit document. So we've got, yeah, it doesn't show below the ribbon. You know, we can do different things like that. And, I mean, whatever. It's not that. I'm going to change this back to show above the ribbon. So it's not that big of a deal to show that page color. You can change it, and we can just type in page color. And sometimes when you change the page color, it'll change that, but really it's not, I'm not going to change that. And then working with comments. We'll do working with comments in a separate video.